I did not check for quite a while.
When you guys
This
get satellites, you will
liberty,
see the
piety,
difference
tradition,
between the
commerce, liberty, honor, tradition, commerce, and liberty, piety, and I am tradition, piety. Okay.
How many horses do you think Yoruus was borrowing from me, Cole?
Will Yoruus start a new one
Yeah.
now that he's out? I would like to watch that on the
16.
side.
30.
But I'm not sure if that is
See,
beneficial
that's
for
funny.
my
I'm like,
host
okay.
capacity
And then he
when I
asked
have
for 10 more.
another
Like, what the
stream
fuck?
running.
Like 10 turns later, he asked for 10 more. I'm like, I thought he might actually be using that many.
Yes. I think there was that many companion cavalry.
But I will have to mute him if I check him out, because he may talk
There
a
were
little
just
bit
sheer
about this game.
volumes of it
And most
slamming
probably I
into me.
shouldn't hear that yet.
Surprisingly enough, it took 2 companion cavalry slams to kill 1 scout. Actually,
That's
no,
sad.
3. Because it survived 2 hits, got a heal, and then took another 2 hits. That was just one of the scouts that he had to kill. Yeah, I got my courthouse policy. I also didn't have enough forces that game.
Gotcha.
I think I could only make like
Not a great
6 camels or
prophet.
something.
I think it was more than that. I killed a lot more than 6 camels.
You didn't actually start killing them until you got cavalry.
Guess it will not work it yet.
I think you picked off 1 camel before you got
You
cavalry.
build
Don't know. A bitch to kill.
observatory first.
I also got armory and heroic epic up before I even made any of them. I think that was a
You
mistake.
mean in the Raising City? I don't know. I never did that. Yeah, let's feed our card. Nimpi. A lonely impy. Continue feeding Babylon. That's right. But I did not have much money at that point anyway. So I would have had to stop raising it for a while. I could send one of my crossbows to scout. Even though it's not the greatest scout. Ooh, people are good in science now, not anymore second by far. I guess we are the fourth leading in science and then Arabia. I wonder what Arabia's plans are.
Deal up, Filthy.
You're trading with that warmonger.
What also is something that I feel people, these pro players that play very often, they care a little bit less if they are out of the game. So they tend to go more for war because, I mean, if they fail with their game, they aim for the very glorious game, and if they fail, well, then they either try to CC, vote for irrelevant, or just suicide into someone. Because for them it just means, well, they start another game. That's something I cannot consider. Because when the game is already going 2 or 3 hours, that's it for me. I will not start after that another game. I just don't have the time to play this much multiplayer Civilization. When I'm already 4 hours into a game, and even if I'm irrelevant, it means voting for irrelevant means stop playing multiplayer Civ for that day, most probably for that week. That's why I do not like to give up too easily. Just when I think I cannot win anymore, I don't want to force a new game. Because for me there is no new game. But I feel that some players tend to do that. And I notice they are not in a position anymore to actually win the whole game. They don't care about second or third. They prefer to start a new one. So they force it. And that can be a bit disappointing for others sometimes. Are you going for this sheep? Look, my friend, sheep is good for you. On turn to grow, that's good for you too. Go for the windmill. And then I will need more food tiles. So it will grow anyway. Can I make you grow in one turn? Yes, I can. Cam launcher over here. Cheers. Or trade routes, you mean for money? Or maybe to feed, so one of these two cities can feed the other? Long time ago, Florence wanted a trade route. But then everything changed when the Greece nation attacked. Well, they don't even attack, but they forwards provoked. Everything changed when Yoruus provoked. I mean, let's be honest, he must be bewusst. He must know that this was just a provocation. I mean, it was of course also a punishment for me for not having settled this land already. But seriously, when this is your capital and your cities are these, then you just don't go and settle up here. That's something you should not do, and you should know that. Yeah, I think growing all the cities is good. Maybe another city from another trade route from Kat to Durkurigalze would be great. Yeah, let's do that really quickly. A cart can build the caravan. And this caravan will go to Durkurigalze. Since Durkurigalze will have an observatory and will have long-term more science than Akkad. But right now it has neither an observatory nor a university. I think we both made here, with the land in the north, poor decisions. I settled too late and he shouldn't have settled at all. So, at least we have the land of 3 coal, and 1 I'm hooking up at this very moment. Isn't that beautiful? Wow, I have 21 coal. People can vote against that. I want this. I want this. I don't care about the world religion. Who cares about world religion? Camels incoming. But afterwards he complained that he did not lost a lot by planting it, that he did lost a lot by me attacking it. Sometimes it's difficult to judge what Yoruus means by just his words. Because sometimes he writes down very rude and undiplomatic things, but is just being a bit silly and is laughing on his stream. But when you don't see him and don't hear him, you have no idea what he really means with that. That can be difficult. Oh, and I got the deer over here. The city did grow. Gets all the food is going for this tile. Actually, yes, this tile is a lot of production. Five turns to grow. I cannot speed it up. I can build a farm on this tile. Should do that sooner or later. Though the Kuriga also did grow at some point too, but has not much else to work on at the moment. Next turn, I guess. Okay, no one is in the industrial yet. I'm first to industrial. Aztecs have happiness problems. Should I help the Aztecs? See our capitals anyway. That was quick. Oh no, it was just there was just a lag, that's all. Of a rejected file, no emphasis. It's not passed. Was passed. Hooray! Scholars in but we will, but it's annoying, so someone of us will lose a vote. Could also help Arabia, of course. But Arabia seems to do fine. Has a lack of money though. Let's check. Oh, Arabia has also happiness issues. Because Arabia is a huge empire and just wants to kill people. But he does not really have the technology to do it. And I may not be his target anyway. So let's trade with him, why not? Any gems? So trade with Filthy would be cool too. Ivory for gems. Doesn't show in here. I think the scoreboard is a little bit glitched out for me. Very nice, we have we love the King Day. Or better say, we love the Queen Day. Yeah. But I think Arabia is good in here. Because the one I fear the most at the moment is Rome. Rome is doing good. I should check out how many cities Rome has in total and what population they have. Several. He's on 6 cities. And they are all above 10. So we got our caravans. Let's go for a factory then. 2 turns for growth. But this worker, just a farm here, I guess. Grow in 1 turn. I could buy this one. It's maybe the smartest idea to do. One move there, good. Who else? Akkad du Turkrigalzu. That's right, but no scientists, just engineers I can buy with faith. And of course the public schools. That's right, I will be able to buy them. And most probably the university in here. So this city could start on the factory then. The game is a bit slow. I have to check down here who is actually finished with its third turn and not here. But it's really cool when you have an active chat, when people are giving you advice or chatting about something. It makes turns like these much more interesting, because I had games where I had to fight against my sleep because I had a small but good empire and I had not much to click. There was peace. But someone on the other side of the world was at war. That's why turns took forever, but I was finished after 30 seconds. And I was here waiting over 2 minutes just doing nothing. And when you have no chat, no active chat, you literally just sit here 2 minutes or more doing nothing. That kills concentration and energy, makes you very tired. So I'm very glad that I had the opposite experience this time. An intense game with lots of stuff going on, some diplomacy, and an awesome chat. Thank you very much. And I should open Skype. It crashed a while ago. But maybe people wanted to message me today. I mean, I can close it afterwards again. Civ 76 up to 114. Very nice. Skype, I know I started you up on purpose, but no reason to go all full screen over my screen. Move over here, Skype, or you block my chat. Yeah, move. Oh, you did move, okay. Nothing. Move here. Do not build a trading post, you build a farm. Build that. They grow in one turn, which is nice. You can move back. Of course, he has units at Knossos because it's water with the Aztecs. Good. That's very nice of you, Nafel. Thank you. We can also talk about off-topic things. Sometimes that can be interesting too, when you do not have to focus all that much on the game. Why not talk about animes or Game of Thrones or whatever? I'm someone who actually read the books, so it's a bit more difficult because it's not so overly dramatic, or it doesn't feel as overly dramatic if you read a book than if it's like when you watch a series with maybe an actor you can sympathize very much. But I think it was the Martel guy, the Viper from Dorne. That guy was in the books and in the series so fucking awesome, and it hurt to see him in pain and die in the way he died. That's right, but sometimes you get more emotional when you see actually an actual person being there and suffer than just reading about it. It can help. I mean, even if you have a good imagination, just reading about is different. Also, hearing about is different. And then also it depends on how much you get into, how the immersion is. Or a game is also again different. I'm in German. My English is not good enough for bigger fantasy books, because there are always words used that I cannot understand. And it just sucks when you always have to concentrate this hard when reading and just to understand the simple words. And that really sucks. That I cannot enjoy it then. But I watch the series in English because that's easy enough. That's not that difficult. But a book is sometimes something else. It depends on how it is written. I can read books in English, but it really depends on the book. I also tried to read Wheel of Time. Oh no, I tried an audiobook because I want to listen to it. And Wheel of Time is not in German available as an audiobook. So I tried it in English. I'm glad I just downloaded it to find out if I actually understand it well enough. And I found out I do not understand it well enough. I have to concentrate so hard that I feel exhausted after listening a few minutes to it. So no Wheel of Time for me in audiobook form. And I like audiobooks because I'm a bit lazy in reading. Well, I'm not lazy in reading, I'm just slow. That's why I prefer audiobooks. A book I'm reading right now, well, not right now, but currently, how is the English name? Check. It's a bit difficult to find how the name is in English because they sometimes completely change the names of movies and books for the German version, and I do not understand why. Wait, maybe I find a wiki thing. Maybe there is Wikipedia who knows more. And can we tell the English names? That would be nice. Got another one of these. Place him on the ship. Choose host. Huh? Rome says Aztec. Go for the factory. Do nothing. Come on. You're finished. Go here. Card can go here. Babylon is working this. That's good. That's a good tile. 4 turns to grow. Or Krigalzu Convert this. Okay, so no, I haven't read Er ist wieder da. There's also a movie out there currently about Er ist wieder da. Oh, you read Murakami, interesting. So now, how is the book? Ah, okay, the book is that I'm reading is the Axis trilogy. The first one is named Battle Axe, the second one Enchanter, and the third one Starman. And in German it's completely different name. I actually like the German names a lot more. The first one is Unter dem Weltenbaum, which means Under the World Tree, and not Axis Trilogy, the overall title. Then the first one is in English Battle Axe, and in German Die Sternenbraut, which means the Star Bride. The second one is in English Enchanter, which is okay, and in German it is Tanz der Sterne, which means Dance of the Stars. And the last one of this trilogy is the Starman, in German Das Vermächtnis der Sternenbraut. Vermächtnis, I have to check how it is in English, because that is a bit an uncommon word in German, but it sounds good. Yes, but I want to translate it. The Legacy. Yeah, the Legacy, that's the right word. The Legacy of the Star Bride. And there are two other trilogies by that author in the same setting, in the same fantasy setting. But I'm at the second book, so I have still a lot to read. But it's quite entertaining. Yoruus is starting a new game, and he has actually a very good starting location. A bit more flexible than mine, and quite isolated. If it's really a Pangea he's playing on him, I have to say, wow. That is really cool. He has no mountain, but if observatories are banned, which I don't know, then his starting location is actually very nice. The land around it is good too. And unlike me, he has rivers. My beautiful capital. I could go for the Uffizi just for the giggles. Why not? It is 2 faith and 2 culture and 5 culture more. It's lots of culture. Let's go for it. I would love to put on some music, but then I cannot upload this to YouTube. And I want to upload this to YouTube. Come on, build the farm, build the farm, build the farm. Do nothing. Do nothing. Do nothing. Everybody does nothing. Hooray! Texcoco is taking damage, and Malacca is going down. And this dude is finding land, and the ruin. Cool, the ruin reveals barbarian encampments. So many archers, I should go on. I could settle here. This would have been a great Petra time. Bands like music? Music is a whole new concept. Okay. I like Summoning from Austria, a metal band. Oathbound is an album that I liked a lot. I'm into metal, into different kinds of metal. I like epic metal, death metal, black metal. It depends on the song though. There are, in every musical genre I like, are songs that I dislike. And of course, in every musical genre that I generally dislike, are songs that I like. So it's a bit difficult to talk about it, but Summoning is a band I can tell you I like. I also like very much,
Indies.
I like soundtracks.
Not like they can do anything.
I like soundtracks
One
from
ABD.
games, I like soundtracks
Yeah,
from
see what I mean?
movies. I really like to listen to them. It's great to work by listening to a good soundtrack. I mean, I'm studying game design, and if you want to come up with good game ideas, with good features and mechanics, or if you want to write down a story or something, it's great to have a good soundtrack in the mind, or just listening to it. Also like Two Steps from Hell, and they make epic music, epic orchestral music, really nice. I like Nightwish, mostly the older songs. I like Eluvaitje from Switzerland.
The question is, how many did he give you?
They make more folk. What else do I like? I mean, of course, I also like stuff like Michael Jackson. I mean,
With what you have, why do you
he
even
made good
care?
music. You can't argue about that.
Because I have to protect the camels.
And since I grew up mostly in the 90s, I was born in the
Girl
80s,
Scouts.
and I grew, so I had to,
And
I
have to
just
replenish
had
the
to
scouts,
listen
and they're running
to 90s music, because I also have two older sisters, so and I listen to music a lot, so I kind of like the pop and rock music from the 90s, just because I grew up with them. Oh, and I like the German band Die Ärzte. I think they make really great music. It's considered punk rock, I
have
think.
no idea who you're talking
But the
about.
texts
I have
are
no
just
idea why would I ever do that.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hans Zimmer is also really cool. He made good movie soundtracks, even though he tends to be a bit repetitive. Most people know him from the Pirates of the Caribbean soundtrack.
You have to
And
experience
some of
this
the
once
famous
to really
songs
appreciate
in Pirates of the Caribbean, or at least one of them,
The absurdity
he
that
actually
Mark
already used before in Gladiator. If you watch Pirates of the Caribbean 1 and afterwards you watch Gladiator, you will
Cameras
notice.
are removed from the game.
No.
But Gladiator had a truly
He's
amazing
having trouble
soundtrack.
with
And
his
Pirates of the
apartment.
Caribbean is
He's
also
delaying
amazing, even though
the
it's a
work
little
of the
bit
match.
cheap of him to that he just reused some of the tracks of Gladiator.
Feels bad.
Yeah, I hope he's okay. Seems kinda bad.
Well, there are people who dislike him because in their opinion there are other people that are better. Like John Williams, who made the Star Wars soundtracks. Or Joe Hisashi, who makes soundtracks for Ghibli. That made a Princess Mononoke soundtrack, for example. That is also really amazing. I love that. And then there is another one, not Hans Zimmer, not John Williams. Another one that made great music soundtracks. That I like actually even more. I always just forget his name.
The MPs are running away.
Let's Google it real quick.
I think the more accurate
Great
description
movie
he is running away.
lists.
Is that all you got left?
I only got gifted 2.
All glory to the
I
internet
guess.
age.
Well, that's not
You do
that
not
much
have to
then.
go to the
Come on,
the
Filthy, you
nearby
can do better
library
than
to
that.
find out things like that. Do not make a huge research. Greatest composers, top music composers. Fine, let's find out. John Williams, yes. Star Wars. And several people I don't know. Zimmer, of course. James Horner, of course. James Horner also made really great music. Let's check what is actually some famous titles that are for him. Titanic, Avatar, the one with the blue aliens, and Braveheart, Spider-Man, well, The Amazing Spider-Man. He has 2 Oscars and was nominated for lots of
It's
Oscars.
lagging.
Not me.
Oh,
Other
someone's joining the
things.
slot. We need Ramna to kick it. The Grease slot.
Troy, A Beautiful Mind.
If she lets that successfully join, it can fuck the game.
Zorro, Jumanji. He makes also really good soundtracks.
It's gone.
I don't think she's kicked the slot though, right? Because it still shows the player.
Oh yeah, slot's still there.
Oh, and Alan Silvestri, of course. Howard Shore, who is responsible for Lord of the Rings. Even though I don't know anything else from him, but Lord of the Rings soundtrack. I love it. Hey, this fixed itself. But someone joined. Didn't notice at first. Ah, just the peace treaty. And, who made the soundtrack for that? James Horner made the soundtrack for Land Before Time. And Land Before Time is one of my all-time favorite movies, if not the one. But it's I do not want to compare family movies with other movies. I do not want to
I like
compare,
that
let's
name
say,
so much that I'm going to be trading with it, Filthy.
Braveheart with
The donation from one of my viewers.
with Shrek, because
I like
target
users
audience
to
is a
really
completely
refer to players
different one.
and change their names to something really offensive.
But from Disney-like movies, Disney, Pixar's, Ghibli, DreamWorks, Land Before Time, Lion King, and Princess Mononoke.
Holy crap! I think.
Not only the music is great, also the art is great, the story is great,
An honor.
and
You've honor finished.
when I watched those
I do
movies the
not.
first time, I felt touched. Of course, I mean, I saw Lion King in the cinema. Of course I was touched. It was an amazing
How many
experience. I
texts do you have?
was 7 or something like
I'm
that when
1%
I
behind
seen
Rob.
it the first time.
Whoa,
And just
impressive.
on the big screen
One
with the good
technology
music
behind
and all that the first time,
Pull us
Lion
in.
King.
One technology. 15 cities with courthouses in about 7 or 8 of them.
See, the Aztecs are slowly falling. I should keep more view on demographics. I'm still doing good in science. It's incredible how I can keep up in science in my situation. Now an important question comes. Golden Age or tourism? I think we start on tourism. I think that's what we do. You did not grow yet. Could you grow? No. Fine. No, I cannot one-shot it because it's not in flat terrain. Sniff, 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 sniff. Food to Babylon. Ah, you can grow in one turn, right? Yes. So good. But now you can go for food. Come on. How much does a university cost? I don't have a religion anymore in Turkurigalzu. Oh, funny. So I will wait for next turn. First buy the other buildings here and then see if I want to go for a missionary. I will also need soon to build Oxford. Duh. Fuck off, coal. BB is a liar. Does he mean Baba with that? Dini, Panzer, Otzo. Let's see what he has for city names. La Bamba, Noobtopia, Petra Wonderland, Silk. Petra Wonderland is a nice city name, and Fuck Off Coal is also very nice. But my favorite one is definitely Panzer. Okay, see you on Ethel. Wish you good night if you go sleep, or whatever you're going to do. Good luck, have fun. I actually nearly went for Ethiopia in the draft. I considered Ethiopia, Babylon, or
Why does that city-state
there
seem
was a
like it's in the
third
middle
civ
of
that I
nowhere?
considered.
Because it
Because
is.
it is.
Oh, the Aztecs, yeah. Ethiopia, Babylon, or the Aztecs I considered. I don't like to go for Arabia or Mongolia because usually, just because you can build Keshiks respectively, Camel Archers makes a punching doll. Because people want to kill you before you have tech for that. And they don't like that. Rome is just not my style. Zulu is definitely not my style. Greece would actually have been an option. Greece is cool. Celts would also been available, I think. Celts are nice. I like the Celts very much. But I think when Babylon, Ethiopia, and the Aztecs are open, then I will not go for Celts. Venice. Venice is cool because it's different. But to play it more than once in my life? I don't think so. It's a bit boring. Because you do not do that much. At least in single player you can just do your move next turn and then you wait a few seconds and you can do your move again the next turn. But there will come the time where you just click next turn, next turn, next turn, because every city is a puppet city. You do not do all that much in playing Venice. But actually to aim for a military victory is my favorite strategy with Venice, even though it is usually definitely not my favorite strategy. I will actually save this great engineer for the Statue of Liberty, because I want to go for the Statue of Liberty at some point. Here, then chemistry for the better minds, then to Statue of Liberty. Oxford, I have 6 turns, then must Oxford be finished. Grow. Oh shit, it's 2 turns, it's not 1 turn then anymore. I can build the public schools now, so afterwards definitely stoneworks. Now I can faith buy the public schools. How much? 350. I cannot buy it in all cities, so my capital will buy it first. And then in this city. 5 turns electricity. Very nice. Build a few farms for Durukurigalzu. Yeah, in multiplayer it's awful because it's so easy to counter. People just need to declare war on you and can pillage all your trading, all your caravans and cargo ships. And you need them as Venice. Because you need the money. And so it's so easy to counter it. And also to actually buy this, to get the city-state, to own them, they need to send their merchant. And Austria just needs to have influence and then they can buy it and they have it instantly. Venice needs to send a merchant, and while the merchant is traveling, it is vulnerable. And if you're unlucky with Venice, you do not... let's say this location wouldn't be that bad for Venice, well, besides that it is not coastal, but let's say Venice would start somewhere here. Would be okay, because lots of city-states nearby.
Whoa, you scared me.
And